Hi.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
You fooled me. I didn't realize their voices had stopped. Hello.
All right.
You've been chosen, young one.
What are you doing to Ori?
Horrible things. Just kidding.
I already did horrible things to her this session. Well, I didn't do horrible things. I acted out the bad things that happened.
Okay. I'm just gonna. You don't mind taking a small nap with Ren-Ren, do you?
No, she's totally probably gonna pass out.
Okay.
She was just drunk.
Okay. All right. I've gotta. That's the thing.
Did you see my notes, Alejandra?
No? Oh, shit. No.
Here, I'll send you a direct link in case you have lost the other link.
Yes, please. I'm not gonna lie, I lose my brain sometimes during sessions. Notes are beautiful.
Yeah, there's 4 more pages.
Yo, my god. You are dedicated.
I told
I'm a
you.
writer, yeah.
She's fucking
Yes, ma'am.
crazy.
It's basically a chapter.
Essentially, it literally is. There's no room for any differdifferentiation on that.
Yeah, there's like I've got like
I
2,000
love the
words of notes
afterword.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is this music? Oh, are we doing session stuff?
Maybe.
Okay, hold on. I gotta edit my notes now. Thanks.
You might have 9 pages after all. I'm glad I chose this track.
Wonderful mood setter.
And I also love the echo and reverb off of it. It's so good. It's so much better than the original, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Because the original is for a specific purpose. And when that purpose comes up... oh, yes!
Alright.
Alright, you ready?
Let us go.
Let us adventure. Alright, so... Alright. First things first. As you start to feel yourself drift off to sleep, you can start feeling the green lights start to call you into a different location. You close your eyes with your eyelids completely closed, eyes darting around within your mind. You find yourself in a dark, quiet space that you would usually call rest. So you find yourself resting, relaxing. It's almost as if your mental floor under you snaps and breaks. You begin to fall incredibly fast. As you are falling within your mind space, you do feel as if you're asleep. Sleep paralysis almost definitely kicking in. You look around you in your mental space. You try to feel anything tangible. You graze your skin against the sand. Where are you? You start feeling your hands around, and it feels like you're just propped on top of a pleasant sand dune, though I would assume Ori wouldn't really have known too much about, what that feels like. But it's something that you can somehow visibly imagine. The hell? You think to yourself? As you then hear the sounds and tumults and the screeching noise of a very enlarged being. You've heard this from a creature, though it is very small, commonly a scorpion. But this screaming is much more loud and prominent, almost evoking a definite larger sense.
Mm-hmm.
You hear sand being thrown left and right. You almost see a figure that looms over you in the darkness, in the sand, attempt to completely submerge you into the grains under your feet, under you, just entirely. You don't feel any notice of suffocation as you submerge yourself deep below. The next thing you hear, those of laughters, charms, quips of perhaps friends walking through the desert as they approach a city of some kind. Maybe a way in, maybe a way out, but you were very unclear. However, as you look to the north, you see a massive coliseum looming in the distance. What you presume to be an out-of-body experience. You look around, and something that you see kind of stuns you in this regard. You see Zerul. The others you don't recognize, but you see a lizard folk, you see a kitsune bard, you see a Strix bard as well. But Zerul definitely stands out to you in this moment. You also see, interestingly enough, Yvonne in addition to this. But as this vision then fades quickly from you, you see almost this vacuumed space close as you are then shot up into the atmosphere. You start going further and further away from this world below you. And from the distance, a darkened meteor looms, prepped to destroy. Where could you be? You try to call around you for any sort of release, as if you're still in this sleep paralysis. You still imagine yourself almost revisit the room that you're currently in with Ren-Ren. Ren-Ren unfolds out of her jacket as you can't really move right now, still in sleep paralysis. She moves over towards you. And as she flits in front of you, with her form being in this ribbon of light, being glowful. She says something strange that doesn't seem to be in her voice at all. You must make a choice. We will suffer together, or I will perish. Do you understand? As this figure looks at you, knowing that you are asleep. How will you react, Ori?
So obviously Ori is trapped in like her body right now. Okay. Hold on, I'm writing notes.
Furious scribbling.
Wait, other people can't see this notes anymore. Are they allowed to know about this?
No.
I need to move this to a separate Google Doc, but I'll do that later. Oh my goodness.
Alejandra, is this how you were feeling whenever I started doing this with you? Oh, I see.
It's excitement and anxiety all at once.
Oh, so you were talking about. What kind of bullshit is this?
Welcome to the club, baby.
Welcome to the club. He did this to you too.
Yep. When she was a player, yeah.
Oh my god.
And now I can join in all the puppetry.
And
Oh,
now she
tomfoolery.
knows exactly what strings are being pulled here.
And what?
Asmocodium.
Y'all, this is so rude. Okay, I made a copy. I need to delete the super special notes off of the original now. Hold on.
Just all for a player's experience.
I'm... Y'all! This is rude.
I realize.
Hold on. Okay,
I realize this is rude.
in separate doc.
Alejandra.
Apparently, other people are. Is Ren-Ren gonna just like prove?
See, Alejandra, this is exactly what I meant. This is exactly the shit that I fucking remember whenever things were going on.
Okay, let me think about Ori's reaction now. So Ori can't move, but she can. So can Ren-Ren hear her thoughts?
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Testing 1, 2.
Ori through a whole speech, and this is what she does. Oh my god.
Alejandra, this reminds me of a certain someone. And when I mean a certain someone, I mean a person that you mentioned to me earlier.
You know there's only one choice for Ori here. You know there's only one choice for Ori here.
It's like, what is Ken thinking?
I mean, there is another choice. It would just be a very fast heel turn.
She can't do that choice though. It's not in her. That's not her personality. She wouldn't choose. Oh no, you can just perish. No, she would never choose that. She would never choose that. Not in a million years.
Like the Obama meme.
Don't you remember? She literally cried because she thought she was too cold to warm up Ren-Ren earlier. I also cried about it. So no, rude. This is so rude. Oh my gosh.
The DM experience, Alejandra, you love it? You love
It's
it,
pretty
don't
satisfying.
you? See why I get such a kick out of it all the time?
This is pretty enjoyable.
I'm glad.
Rude. And you cohorted with him for this. You're a cohorter.
It's all for your experience, bro. It's all for your experience.
Kendall, what's your email again so I can send you the other version?
Kenman432@gmail.com. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Alejandra, you know you love this.
I'm pretty enjoying. I'm doing pretty much.
Bruh. This is just so incredibly rude.
I remember the bruh response when we had this happen a year ago at this point, Alejandra.
Oh man,
Holy shit, it's been a year and plus.
it's been a year. A
Been
lot's
a year
changed
and more.
in a year.
Huh?
I said a lot's changed in a year.
I know, right? A lot has changed in a year. It's crazy.
Okay, you have it now. Yeah, you're gonna look in your shared with me because I'm not giving you.
She's mad.
You're so mean.
You'll treasure the experience soon.
I hate being on the other side of the writer's hand. This is
Welcome to D&D, my good
But
friend.
that's the
do
enjoyable part of
anything.
it.
well.
So, what shall
Obviously,
you...
there's. You know what the choice is. You're gonna make me say it though. I'm
Mhm.
to this character.
I am going to make you say it.
Okay, I'm gonna type it and I'll tell you it, so that I can have my thoughts gathered.
You were so bitter.
I am bitter.
Oh boy. Alejandra, now that you know what's going on and just kind of in general. I'll have to ask for your opinion after Rosie has said their piece.
Oh, okay.
After Ori has said their piece.
Alright.
Then that will be like, okay, now I can say this.
Lit. I'm fighting off sleep and leveling my Final Fantasy character.
You're playing at that right now too.
I'm about to be level 43, baby.
Pog. Also, you haven't fought Garuda yet, I assume, yeah?
No, I have not fought Garuda Cheese.
Got it. You haven't fought Garuda Cheese yet? Alright. Then you should... So you're still in Kurthus, I assume?
Yeah.
Alright, bet.
Class.
It'll probably be in Garuda in a little while.
In a tad bit. In a few days, if I'm still alive.
I hope you are.
Probably.
I don't want you to die. It's not allowed.
I mean, I won't die. My permission slip's not even signed. I'll just...
You can... Okay, listen, you're the mom. You're the one who signs the permission slip for everyone else.
This is very true. I am above age.
This is... it's fucking... it's so great.
It's best not to think about the semantics.
Yo.
Oh my god! I see what you're writing.
Me? You're so rude!
Oh no! Oh no! I don't know how to feel about this.
Well, good for you. It's your fault.
You know that I take full responsibility of everything that occurs here, and I am happy. I am overjoyed.
Right, well, I'll read it to you now. Rude man. Alright. Ori struggles with a thought in her mind. There was no way she could avoid the question now. Something angelic, divine maybe, was forcing her hand, and Ren-Ren's life very well hung in the balance. There was only one choice, because if she chose otherwise, Ren-Ren would perish alone. And that was what Ori hated the most. Loneliness. Ori projects her thoughts meaningfully. Together. I promise. Together. There, you get my choice, buddy! Okay, tell me what happens next.
Alright, so let me go ahead and tell you... Wait, hold on. Let me do a thing real quick.
Bruh, I am crying again. Good for you.
It's okay, buddy. Tears just kick off a new story arc.
It does. They really do.
Yo, if Ori gets punted for accidentally absorbing Ren-Ren's entire life, I'm gonna hurt you. I don't think that will happen, but do you want to see the notes?
Yes.
Yeah, she definitely wants to.
What's your email?
Alejandra is the first part.
Okay.
I love how you just say it, and it's like gap in time, and then says, that's the first part. About to be some long-ass convoluted
right.
email.
I think I spelled it right.
Actually, here, let me make sure. That by top of two, I believe in you, but this will make it a lot easier. And then gmail.com.
Aha!
NDCC.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, fuck!
It's honestly up to you.
You hurt me so deeply, bro.
Do I?
Is the bird photo you?
Yes! 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 The one about uncontrollable rage, I think.
Yes.
What?
It's a pretty funny thing. It's from a bird calendar.
Oh.
Okay, you can find it in your Google Drive shared with me now.
I mean, it's whatever you want to do.
You are making me cry at 32 a.m.
That's however far you... Oh.
Bruh, you saddling a 16-year-old up with this bull crap!
Yes, ma'am.
Oh man, now I know how freaking Sakura feels and the fic I made for her.
Bruh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
did you finish that ever, by the way? Segueing into a different conversation. Oh, hon, did you ever finish that?
Not yet.
That's okay.
There you go. That's your answer. But yes, if you wanted to.
Well, while you discuss the fate of my character, I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna
This is good.
Oh my... Oh, wait, hold
Okay.
on. Wait, yo, first off, would she mention, if you have Ori's existence meld with the Ren-Ren, we'll fucking kill you, but I don't think you're gonna do that. Try me.
Oh, bro.
She has no idea. But anyway, let's go.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, like, how long do you want this to be? Because, like,
Not as long as you want it to, or, like, as long as you want it to. Because at this point, it's Kyofu speaking. So, or Kyofu or Corsac, depending on what you want. And...
I'm basically, I don't know, I'm gonna assume that, like, as in Limbo being some sort of idea of, like, okay, the lads have finally solidified, though post-death, through death.
Yeah.
So they are at least somewhat of, like, a single entity at this point. That being Kyofu.
Okay.
But, like, okay, so would this be, like, she accepts it, and then, like, once that whole thing happens, she gets, like, visions of this random 17-year-old just going, who the fuck are you?
Well, not only that, but more actually just the interaction between the two, because I'm having their souls meet up in the Astral Plane. Because that's where Ori is currently, and which is also where Kyofu is.
Okay. And I'm assuming, like, okay, I vaguely remember things about the Astral Plane. It was more like a wandering thing, like, you have to kind of track where you need to go to get to that destination, wherever it is. Okay.
Just...
So I'm gonna... My assumption
I don't have my headphones on, so whatever you're saying, halt it. They are now on.
Okay, I was gonna say... Okay. Can you deafen for just a moment? I'll message you when we're good.
Okay.
Just a moment. Okay.
So, okay, just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, this is just, walking through Limbo. Oh, there's person.
Yeah.
Is it like it's like, oh, you feel oddly similar.
Yes. Yes. And you're only allowed to speak of things that happen in chapter 1.
Okay.
That is your only speaking constriction.
Like, out of, like, as DMs, I get it's, like, for spoiler stuff, in story, is there, like, solid reason? Or
Yes, in story, yes, because similar to, like, Arthas's thing, you can't speak of things that haven't happened yet in another person's realm, though both realms are contingent on one another, and they both live in the same breath.
Yeah. It's kind of like the divine kind of guideline of, like, keep your shit to yourself.
Yes, basically.
You filthy mortal.
Exactly. But see, souls that have lived in the past can kind of mention things so long as their universe runs concurrent to that, or basically saying, this has happened before. Okay, this is only as far as you can talk.
Okay. So it's also, I'm gonna assume you don't want anything, like, too explicit. Like, I don't want to be like, to beat the scorpion, get the trumpet, get the emerald. The emerald is the one that works.
I will say this, even if you do that, Ori won't know what to make sense of that. Like, she won't,
yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you say that. She doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. That's fair. Okay.
You can do literally say whatever you want, because most of it's not going to make sense anyway for Ori.
Okay.
And in addition to this, I just want to make you a little bit happy, you know? You know these meetings that you two are are having right now?
Yeah.
Corsac may make a return briefly for something. So I'm keeping your character, and I may also increase their level to a certain point, because it's going to be in a very important battle.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Whatever you decide to do with it, I'll help you tinker with it however you want.
Alright. Okay.
My voice is yours.
Awesome. Let's go. All right,
Okay.
I just messaged. Okay. Rosie?
Oh, but she can't hear us.
I messaged her. I said, okay, Adef. Here. I got. Let's see.
Where she fell asleep.
I don't think she would. She stays up. I guarantee you if she didn't fall asleep, she probably frickin' forgot.
Oh.
Watch this. I'm gonna do what Sammy did to me and just put a ton of exclamation marks.
God, yeah, I remember that shit. Oh my god.
I'll wait for a bit. Just kind of let it settle,
Biding the time.
and then I'm gonna continue.
Oh my god.
Bro,
I have to do the
see,
voice again.
yeah, I know.
Oh, I don't even remember what I did. Bruh.
bruh, male voice, bruh.
Male.
Well, it's easy. It's easy. Just imagine you're tired, and like you're not wanting to. Yeah. See, it's easy. You just be tired. If you just be tired, you'll speak in a natural male voice. I think that's the key. I was trying to give you all of these tips a long time ago, and it's like, bro.
Fuck, I remember that.
You can talk in a male voice by slightly accidentally. Fucking shut up. Just shut the fuck up, Ken. You could just talk like a normal person. Just sound like you're tired.
Hello.
Hi.
So what have you done? Aside from the obvious.
We have fated many things to occur.
This is true.
How ominous.
Okay, let me go ahead and change the theme because actually
Robbery's about to occur to Ori.
Everyone probably later. Where's Ren-Ren? Ori just crying hysterically.
You know how the next session is gonna start? If what I think is going to happen happens, first person who finds Ori, she's bawling on the floor, and she has been all day. What do you think she's gonna do?
This is fair.
What else would she do? She's 16. Has abandonment issues.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
All right. All right.
Music.
It's not. It's Final Fantasy, so you'll enjoy it. Okay.
Somehow
I love Final Fantasy music, not gonna lie.
Final Fantasy is pretty great, but that's not gonna distract me. Go
Okay,
on.
okay. All right. So, as after this first moment of incredible dissociation, you would think to yourself, you feel yourself traveling again at Mach speed, as if you're falling once again. However, this time as you fall, you slow, and black starts to fade into white, a blank space, an open view. The world around you turns into a world of blue, empty skies, and water underneath your feet. But as you lower your feet to it, it feels as if you're standing. You look around you. You spot the same boy that you saw before, the Kitsune Bard. You two make eye contact, but you were at a very far distance from one another, probably about a good 70 feet away. Ori, what do you do?
That's fabulous. Hold on.
Ori, what do you do? Yeah, I understand.
Let's put it in that.
I know exactly what to do.
Yeah, no, I'm writing notes.
I know. I know you're writing notes. I was just like, just fucking playing.
We jest.
We do
I
jest.
apologize. It feels like we're bullying you. I promise it's good.
You know what? When you read the fic, my justice will be served.
Oh my god.
Because you still have a second book to read.
Oh no.
Right.
This is the price to pay for being a Kodium.
Oh, yeah, it is. Alright,
No remorse at all. Just yeah.
do you know what you're putting me through right now? I've already cried. You're too late. You're in too
it's
deep.
okay.
Alright, they make eye contact, right?
Mhm.
Alright, Ori kind of like squints a little bit. Trying to see if she can see him any clearer. Obviously she can't, but you know.
Okay.
And then she like gives like a little wave, trying to see if he actually sees, like if like he's not just looking straight through her or something, like see if he can like actually see her.
In the same balance of things, it appears that this kitsune can see you and does wave back.
Shut up!
Fucking go.
Are you watching me type?
No, not this
Okay.
time. Not this time.
This time.
This time I'm waiting. I am being a patient boy.
On the other hand, I am totally stalking you.
Oh, Kenny.
Being like, ah, yes. How
Okay,
exactly
hold on, I'm typing things and thinking things through.
This is okay.
I just though. I'm also playing with Keto.
Alright, Ori whispers like a little bit to like see if her voice will carry to him like on the wind or something. She says like, hello?
It appears as if your voice does echo out of your mouth this time. And in response...
Hello.
This is you. This is why you're here.
This is you. This is why you're here.
Tis the balance of a Kodium. Many voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep going. I could do a pretty good crotchety old person voice. If you know what I'm saying.
Ooh, okay. Spicy.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, this kitsune bard all the way down kind of does kind of shaky just hello. He waves like a little bit faster.
Tush. Alright, Ori, a little more confident this time, calls out, who are you?
It's a long story, but you can call me Kyoku. Are you new here?
Spell that on me. Text that to me.
Oh yeah. Like already telling the name, he just he walks like a one step further, but kind of checks around him as if he's trying to like make sure he hasn't lost where he is yet. It's like, are you new here?
Where's the name? Where'd you put it?
Oh, sorry.
This is grand. The grandiose action.
Are you crossing iterations here right now?
I don't know, am I?
Well, I'm not. Boy!
Again.
Kidding you.
Again.
Am I?
Am I?
He asked if she's new here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Sudoku is a great game.
Motherfucker.
What? I can't look at my phone.
Okay, so Ori replies. Are you watching me type?
No.
No, I'm not watching you type this time.
Not
no.
this
You're just
time.
hearing my noises? I mean, you
Yep.
can watch if you want. I don't care. I just want to know if you are.
No, not yet.
Oh shit, Kito just fell off my chair.
Oh, the adorable little baby pee.
Ori calls back. Thank you for deleting my expo. Ori she replies back in like a louder voice. I don't even know where here is.
Oh dear. Okay. You see him kind of like, you know that thing people do when they're stressed? Like they kind of comb their fingers through their hair. Kind of does that for a little bit, and then he cracks his fingers. He's like, maybe you should come a bit closer for this. You might get a bit lost if you stay all the way over there. It's easy to kind of lose your space.
He tells her.
I'm not gonna lie, I love the dedication you have for your notes, bro.
I know. It's so
I'm
grand.
honestly jealous, and I wish other people had the same dedication.
See,
I'm gonna muck up words, but I don't care. I don't care.
It's okay. It's okay.
You're fine, bro. You're fine.
You're completely fine.
Okay. In response to this, Ori tries to take a step forward. Can she?
Yes, you definitely can. You have complete control of your body at this current moment.
Oh, neat. So no more sleep paralysis.
Seems as if this perspective of you is definitely more tangible than before. Also, Alejandro, I'm gonna send you something cursed.
Oh, fuck. Come on, I thought this was supposed to be like 2 DMs against a player, bro.
I mean, no, you're right. But, like, I'm just...
Also, that was a joke. Wait, I'm not sure if that hit or miss. That's
it was good.
Alright, so Ori...
It hit. It definitely hit. You got it.
Now that Ori knows that she can walk, she proceeds to walk towards the kitsune slowly at first, but then she's faster, and then until she stops a few feet away.
Okay.
If you want to, you can describe your appearance.
So, now having walked closer, you see him a bit clearer. It seems to be that his fur's kind of like a burgundy color, eyes kind of contrast, it's like a teal. It's got some odd markings around his face. Looks like your odd, weird kind of kitsune if you've ever seen them. All around, you kind of see this weird scar that runs down the left side of his face. It's the one weird thing about it. Otherwise, he looks pretty average. Small, so probably just a young guy.
Is it on the left side of his face?
Yes.
From Ori's perspective, right, but from Corsax's perspective,
From Ori's perspective or from the guy?
From Kyofu's perspective, it would be on his left. From Ori's perspective, it would be on his right. Yeah.
Good.
You would.
That you never completed the interaction question, so I didn't have an answer.
Okay. So, having walked closer,
Okay.
just kind of takes a deep breath. Welcome, first of all. Before I start anything, do you remember what happened before you got here?
Okay, your name. Okay.
You know, like,
Hold on, I'm writing what you say.
Oh, you're writing the dialogue word for word?
Yes, pretty much.
I mean, I'm trying.
Bro, you're dedicated.
I
try
see.
It's hard. Look, anyway, this is why I don't write notes for parts that don't include my character, because I can't.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Again, you don't necessarily need to write it word for word now. You could also remember I do record and upload these sessions. So if you ever
Let me
feel
explain
like
something to you. I will never remember. I will watch it and I will enjoy it, and then I will pull up my notes and go, I did write the note.
Oh.
So we're not doing that.
I
We're
guess
just
that's
gonna
fair.
do that. I mean, I could try.
I
don't
can
wanna
just
risk
remind
it.
you.
Okay, that's fair. But for now,
But for
I'm
now,
writing everything.
you can write
And
everything.
next time, I will.
You gotta
next
try it
time,
out. You gotta.
I'll try it. I will still write notes though.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm saying that. I'm just saying, like, for things like this that happen after session, I can just
Oh yeah.
give that separate clip to you so you can take notes on that in particular. Because this is gonna be, like, especially for parts that only include one character, it's gonna be very intensive. Meaning that there's
Alright.
gonna be a lot to record, as you are currently finding out.
Okay. Okay, so Ori tells him that she had taken care of an elemental spirit. Did she know that? Did she? I was avoiding saying Ren-Ren's name because I didn't know if Ori knew it yet. Earlier did Era call out Ren-Ren's name when she like collapsed or
Yeah.
no? Okay, neat. She doesn't know her name. Okay, so she tells him that she had taken care of an elemental spirit called Ren-Ren, and then when she finished speaking with Ren-Ren, she fell into a weird dream that is hard to describe.
No, I can say that.
Alright. That's what she tells him. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Wait, can you repeat that?
Small bit of it.
Ori tells him that she had taken care of an elemental spirit called Ren-Ren, and then when she finished speaking with Ren-Ren, she fell into a weird dream sequence that is hard to describe.
Oh. So no, unfortunate accidents? To yourself, I mean.
Does this have to do with the cut on her hand? Kendall! Hold on. See, this is what happens! Why did I keep mentioning the cut on the hand? No, you used it for plot purposes!
It's the job.
Okay, Ori tells him that due to some unfortunate circumstances, she did get a cut on the palm of her. We're gonna say she's right-handed. Her right hand, because that's a throwing arm. Her right hand before Ren needed care. Alright.
No, God. Well. It doesn't seem like you're, you've passed. It just seems like, they're stuck in quite an odd state, which a rare few fall into, but you'll be happy to know it's not quite as dangerous as you think, if you're smart enough to traverse. But otherwise, welcome to, the Astral Plane.
Is this being recorded right now?
Yeah.
Oh, needy. Anyway.
He gives like a very cringed up kind of like grin, like, you know, he knows this isn't the best place to be, but he's trying to be as comforting as possible.
Okay, yeah.
It strikes you that this man may be a tad bit awkward.
Also, you... never mind, I'm not gonna mention that.
Oh.
Hold on.
Wow, pain. Spain without the S, my guys.
What?
Bro, why are you feeling that? Oh my god.
What?
I said Spain without the S.
I love it.
I love that. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Alright.
My guys at the end made the perfect delivery.
Yes.
Ori. Okay, I'm gonna assume Astral Plane is like capital letters.
Yeah. Definitely capital
For
letters.
emphasis and pizzazz.
Woo! It's a very special place for very special people.
Shut the fuck up.
Am I wrong though?
No. It's the funny part.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I was ready to speak. There we go.
Yeah.
Alright. Are you looking at it? Oh, there you are. So Ori blinks a bit in confusion and... Okay, Ori blinks in a bit of confusion and worry. She asks Kyofu, will I be able to get out?
Yeah. I mean, of course. The astral plane is, I guess you could describe it as a bit of a one-way pocket for most. But the good thing is you're not part of the most. He just big breath, and he just kind of resigns to kind of sitting himself onto the lake floor.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look too wet, but yeah, settles himself down, and he's just
That was a
holds his
lake
hands in front of
floor?
him.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I did describe it being a watery surface.
Oh, because it's a reflection. I thought it
Yes.
was...
Nice.
To put it simply, I'm dead. But I wasn't once, and I got out of the safe. So, you should be fine too. It just...
That's great.
This might take some tinkering, but you'll be fine. There's no need to worry, honestly.
Okay, so I'm just gonna summarize things later now. 'Cause-
Yes.
Sorry.
I can always send you the thing, so it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, Ori, kind of sits down, not crisscross, but like she lowers her body onto the floor and is like kind of leaning on her arm, and she's like, if I can get out of here, do you know how I can get out?
Kind of? I mean, you're, like I said, you're not in any danger. It's just, when I went through this, it was kind of a one-sided fight to get out of the pocket. I had some friends helping me get out from the other side, and I personally was getting out from help from the inside. But, we can happen to find my good old friend that helped me from this side. I'm sure we can help you too. Or there could be another way. The possibilities are endless. It's the astral plane.
Ori like just has like this intense thinking face on, like remembering that she saw someone in the weird dream. Ori shakes her head a bit and then looks back at Kyofu. Wait, well, she has Ori met Yvonne? I feel like she has.
Yeah, she has in campaign, yeah.
When did she meet him? Was this after she got yoked from the airship?
Yes.
Okay.
That was when
She
you were
didn't really-
fighting the slimes. I don't think you exchanged words with him, but you definitely saw him.
Yeah. Okay. Does she know his name? I don't think Ori knows his.
No, I don't think Ori knows his name, personally.
Okay. All right. Ori. Okay, so I'm gonna talk Ori's speech now.
Right?
Well, nobody else knows I'm in here, so I don't think the first option is going to work very well. Not first, the second very well. But there was, in the weird dream that I had, you were in a group of people, but I recognized one of them.
His ears kind of like immediately poke up. It's kind of like an alert. It's like, okay. Let's start from step one. Your dream.
I guess I'll explain it in a little bit further. I'll try to explain it as best I can, which means I'm reading my notes. Fun fact. All right.
Oh yeah, you're good.
So Ori. Okay. When I first began to drift into sleep, it was like a green light was drawing me somewhere. When I was finally fully asleep, it felt like I was in the place that is where I usually go when I rest. But somehow the floor broke and I started falling. When I finally reached the floor, it was as if I was on some sort of beach or sandy place. Soon I started hearing like these really loud screeching sounds, and I'm used to hearing the like really low, quieter version of it. It was a scorpion. It was digging so fast that a tidal wave of sand just submerged me. But somehow I wasn't suffocating. Then I started hearing voices from people I knew, laughter and quips. When I blinked, I saw people approaching a city of some kind. Whether they were going in or out of it, I don't know. Then I happened to look north, and there was a large coliseum, and that's where the group that had you and the person I knew inside. And then so not long after, my vision of what was happening quickly faded, and then I was in a sort of vacuumed space that closed so quickly and shot me into the air. And then I was above the world, I believe, and there seemed to be a ginormous rock, blackened and almost as if it was made entirely of volcanic rock with lava bubbling, like it was about to hit our world. And then I was back at the hospital room where I fell asleep. And something that looked like Ren-Ren, the elemental spirit I was taking care of, but didn't speak like her, told me I had a choice. Either Ren-Ren died, or we suffer together, whatever that meant. And I chose together, and then I came here.
He, through like telling and recounting the dream, you can kind of see at first he kind of reminisced in like this adventurous, stupid, thrilling kind of like glee of looking back at these dumb things he did. But then, as he kind of like talked about his friends and all those encounters, his mood just kind of pooped. Like, you know, remembering that you can't see those people anymore.
Oof.
So, at the end of it, he's just kind of like, ah, I see. Hmm. Well, to begin with, seems like you, my good friend, encountered a very mean sand scorpion in your dream. Uh, oh, man, reminiscing. Oh, that fight was awful, but it's grand. Quite the story to tell. But otherwise.
Ori interrupts him a little bit and is just like, but why would I dream of people I've never met?
He also seems a bit confused. Kind of like flinches a bit, and then he also wonders. That's a fair question. Let me think. Well, I had my own sort of visions and dreams, but that was usually through a connection I had with, other various, mythical beings of various natures. But I suppose the times that I did dream of seeing other people's visions, it was usually through having affection to an elemental of some sort. Or, you said, and he snapped his fingers, you had a friend, Ren-Ren, yeah?
Yes, she's a... Well, they thought she was a wind spirit, but I think they concluded she was a light elemental.
Well, elementals are fairly strong things, as I think you may know, but, I suppose that means in some sort of way that... Quite strange. I encountered this maybe once before, but it wasn't quite through dreams. It was more like an alternate version of a me, but, from somewhere else. Quite odd. But, we didn't really encounter each other through dreams. Though we did have some sort of elemental essence within both of us. Matching scars and all. It was quite weird, honestly. But you said you have one on your hand? Yes?
Yes. She shows him her hand, but while she does so, she mentions something. You said an alternative version of yourself. When Ren-Ren and I were talking before I fell asleep, she asked me a really odd question. She asked me what I would do if we were one and the same.
He blinks once, and then twice. You remind me of something I do. Tell me more about this. This whole concept of one and the same. Did you... I'm assuming you, agreed to it?
Yes. Well, originally I avoided the question. And yes, I admit it. I avoided it because it was weird to think about. But after the dream sequence, I wasn't allowed. Whatever spoke from Ren-Ren's body wasn't giving me the option of avoiding the question. And I assume that when it said, suffer together or Ren-Ren dies, that something maybe emerging would happen between Ren-Ren and I. But I can't stand the thought of anyone just passing alone. So I promised together.
He gives like this kind of sad smile. You're quite kind. Though, I'm afraid you may have landed yourself in quite a predicament through your actions. But, quite a gentle spirit. That aside though, merging of an elemental with someone isn't quite unheard of. I mean, it does happen often, it's how they reproduce and other things, but... for something like that, like this, to occur with a merging, that is... I suppose we'll have to investigate this further. Yourself. Anything odd about your, history? Anything weird that's happened across your journeys? Anything that might alter your magics, your arcana? Anything of the sort that might enter conflict with an elemental zone?
I don't know. Well, I am a theory.
Oh?
Yes, when Ren-Ren was originally hurt, well, Theory are cold. And she said she was so cold, and I didn't want to freeze her too badly, so I wrapped my jacket around her. But I don't know how ice would interfere with light.
Oh, well, to put it simply, there is a sort of pattern that follows the magical elements of our planes. Ice and light happen to cross right across each other, almost interconnected of sorts. So, following this idea, kind of like, he wonders, he ponders, strokes his chin, kind of slumps over, elbows on his knees. You say you're an inferior, so you're a being of ice, and you merge with a being of light. Well, I knew someone also in the past who had some sort of predicament like that, and, well, maybe not the exact same one, but perhaps you are going through something quite similar. When someone that has that sort of arcana within them crosses upon someone with light arcana, especially an elemental who's so powerful, it could be that your body's going through some very intense changes currently. I mean, the inner workings of magic is a very delicate thing. Amongst the planes, it's also very vital to the balance of the world. It could be that you were sent here to rebalance yourself, or you found yourself as well.
Well, I don't feel very balanced considering the dream sequence that happened before now.
I'm not surprised that you wouldn't. This does make quite a bit more sense, though. My own appearance in this astral plane was due to some unfortunate incidences where my own balance of absence was very much thrown out of balance. I had stayed here for, well, I couldn't really count the days, but it took quite a while for me to kind of get proper control. And by the end of it, I did gain some decent handling over it, but through lots of effort. Tell me, do you feel any different currently?
Kendall, do I?
You don't.
Ori thinks about it, like, mentally checking off everything in her brain. And she looks at Kyofu. Not at the moment, no.
Gives this long, drawn-out sigh. Magics are a drawn-out, difficult thing, as always, unsurprisingly.
Ori perks up as she remembers something, and, I don't know if this is relevant, but I'll know eventually. Ori perks up as she remembers something, and she, glances at Kyofu. Well, I feel fine now, but right before I fell asleep after talking to Ren-Ren, it felt like there was some sort of resonance between her and I. Deep, like, in my chest, near my heart.
Hey. Maybe perhaps what you're experiencing isn't quite an imbalance, but a new balance. Could be that your body's already adjusted before, and this is just a consequence of it. Resonant. Let's see. The previous friend I had had an incident with a being of light. She had some sort of, well, minor but still significant control over summoning that other being she had merged with. It wasn't complete, but it still worked there in between. Could you see if you could summon Ren-Ren?
Okay, hold on one moment. Ori nods a little bit, and then she closes her eyes and like thinks, like she takes like a feeling in her heart and just like thinks in her mind really, really hard. Ren-Ren, are you there?
Kyofu sits and waiting, intently watching.
You wait for about a good 15 seconds at first. No response immediately. Wait for another 30 seconds. Another 15, totaling to a minute. You start to see a small glimmer of light that occurs in front of you. And as you see this feminine form in a dress that shares the appearance of Ren-Ren, you see this blue and, bless you, this blue and white sort of light that corresponds as it purely floats in front of you. No response, but it looks at you deeply.
Oh, great. Is she a female figure?
Yes. Matches the same description of the small elemental you saw before.
Alright. So this is like, was this the big form she took when she said stop?
Interestingly enough, it retains her small form, but her color palette has changed.
Okay. Great. Okay, hold on. I'm thinking, Ori, what are you gonna do, darling child?
She stares... Ren-Ren stares blankly at you, Ori. Kyofu, you are able to then see this almost perception, drawing, summoning in front of Ori, between you and Ori as well.
He just raises his hand to cover his mouth, but just gives out a quiet, "Come and throw them."
Ori is obviously too shocked to look away, so Ori looks back at the figure who she assumes is Ren-Ren, and manages to whisper out, Ren-Ren?
Ori? You hear Ren-Ren speak.
Oh my. Okay, hold on.
Chosen the right dialogue options. Good job.
Thanks.
I'm very proud of you.
Mood.
Reap the rewards, my dude.
Thanks. Ori immediately becomes kind of like frantically a little bit concerned, and she says, Ren-Ren, are you alright?
Yes, I am quite fine. Are you? Also, where is this?
I don't know.
Astral Plane.
Oh, right.
Whisper behind you.
She's like, oh, no, I do know. Sorry, Ren, I'm a little out of sorts right now. This is apparently the Astral Plane.
The Astral
Plane? From behind.
This being the Astral Plane? I've heard my people talk about this. Also, I'm sorry for lying to you.
How did you lie?
By not telling you what I truly was.
Ren-Ren, I hardly You didn't lie to me. The only thing I ever got was assumptions because no one ever directly told me anything.
But
You didn't lie. You didn't lie.
I still feel guilty, I suppose.
I can't really help much with that, but know that I don't think you lied to me.
I'm so sorry. I just... Now that this affects both of us, forgive me.
Ori looks like a little bit pained, and she looks at Ren-Ren even like more meaningfully and says, Ren-Ren, there's nothing to forgive. I accepted this.
But...
I said yes. I know what it means to be alone. And I could never do that to anyone else. And I highly doubt if you had a choice, you would let this happen. Whatever it is.
She nods. I'm trying to figure it out. It's hard. Oh, so difficult.
The things that are worth something always are.
She ponders the statement.
Ori takes like half an abortive step forward. Is there anything that I can do to help?
I shouldn't even be here. In this plane.
Is it bad for you? Is it unhealthy? Does it do something?
Well, no, but I was learning how to take care of something, and I let my desires get the best of me, and I ended up hurting you as a result.
Ren-Ren, but I don't feel hurt. What do you mean by hurt?
She then kind of glances down, giving a very absent response. Alejandro, you see what I did there?
Ugh, shut up. Good job.
Sorry, I was just trying to give
I know. I kind of guessed when she mentioned I was trying to protect something. And this has something to do with Kyofu. What?
well,
Up? My brother just told me to stop crying. I'll kick him in the nuts. Okay.
Third cry to the game.
Oh, I cry all the time. It's great.
Okay, that means we're really vibing, bro.
Ori takes another half step forward. Ren-Ren?
She then tells you, focus really hard on your name.
Ori looks a little conflicted, but does as she asks.
You concentrate on your name, Ori. You recite it in your mind.
You mother.
What?
No!
What?
Keep going. I don't know if this is correct. Keep going.
Okay. And as you continue to focus on your name, eventually it starts to form into something, almost to manifest. Hold out your hand.
Ori does so, but her hand is shaking a little bit.
For obvious reason.
Yeah.
She then says, right. This is... okay. She then speaks a language that you're unable to define, but you would presume that it's lumen, which is the light element language. And as you feel a solid object manifest in your hand, it appears to be a sigil of some sort, almost like a small tablet that fits in your hand. A small piece of stone, almost. Marble, some sort of material. As you look on the face of it, you see a color that resonates with your own soul. That of being green. However, in the crystal itself, and slightly in its sigil, you see a very, very minor fray, almost a crack of some sort.
Great. Okay. Ori makes sure she's careful not to drop this thing. Despite her shaking hands, so she like brings it a little bit closer and then like brings up her other hand and holds it in both hands.
Mm-hmm.
And she glances from the tablet to Ren-Ren, and she says, I still don't know what this means.
Essentially, this tablet resembles your soul. And I feel as if screaming hurt you. My screaming put my being in contact with yours. And as such, whenever you were, whoever it was using their light to restore me, it kept leaking from my body. But when you answered my question earlier, I felt as if I had a home. Even though I can't return to the plane that I am from. I know that I could be with you, and that would be fine enough. And I may have made a mistake.
Okay, Ori looks down at the tablet. Her eyes are watering and there's like a bit of a tear like falling down, kind of drips onto the tablet. And she says, Ren-Ren, all of this damage did not only come from you. I know it didn't.
She kind of shirks back meekly. She feels as if she definitely holds more of a sense of responsibility for this.
Ori looks up from the tablet with her eyes watery, still, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at Ren-Ren and she says, I know what it's like to lose a home.
If you think I'm gonna get angry at you, I'm not. I promise I'm not going to get angry. And I'm so glad that you were able to find a home in me. But what I'm worried about is, are you going to be lost in what I am? Because when the question is asked, what if you and I were the same? Does that mean you're going to get lost?
She takes a moment before responding to this question. She looks over to Kyofu. She looks back towards you, Ori, in your sadness. And she comes to the consensus and says, so long as I'm with you, I won't be. I feel as if I don't know how to describe it. I feel as if my presence, it is an instinct just to be with you. It's as if my entire soul, being, whatever you would call it, agrees. It feels as if it could be with you forever. But I don't want that. But in my attempt to tell everyone to stop, I may have made a seminal connection in which that was untimely, and I shouldn't have done that.
Ori, oh my gosh, y'all. Ori glances back down at the tablet, like, really briefly, and then looks back at Ren-Ren, and she asks, is there any way for me to support you independently from emerging?
Thinking about this, she then says, I made a versal ping, and I was losing my purpose. If you know from our 3 requirements to exist, we first need an environment, then a purpose, then a reason for not just reason, the versal pings, to relate and tell the world that we're still here. But because of the fact that I'm autonomous, I feel I only require a proper environment and a purpose. But so long as that purpose seeps from me, I can never be restored. Not as I am.
Ori cries out, like, a little bit desperately.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can't your purpose for being just be to exist so that we can care?
If it were that simple, then I guess we could, but suppose it might not hurt to try. I'm so sorry, Ori. All of this
Ren-Ren,
because
this
of me.
isn't- It is not your fault, Ren-Ren. You can't help it. It's not your fault.
She shows silence, almost a collective remorse, even though she is an elemental. Emotion, apparently to her specifically, does resonate. And in this resonance, you see your sigil slowly start to heal the certain cracks that have been made, the certain fraying from what you saw before. It appears to be getting better, not completely, but it is healing.
Okay. Did Ren-Ren, like, close her eyes or anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Did.
Ori, perks up just a little bit and whispers, scared to be hopeful, but
Yeah.
still a little bit hopeful. And she says, Ren-Ren, look.
She then opens her eyes and looks. Did we?
I don't know.
I see. I think I understand how this works. So now that I have a purpose, and so long as that purpose still exists, then I think we can live separately.
Ori lets out a sigh of relief. And she says,
Not that you would be too terrible of a roommate in my head, but I appreciate you being an individual person outside of me.
She nods. I concur. When I first met everyone, met Era, Lepri, Zerul, I didn't know how to feel. But now, something has grown within me. Almost a flood of memories that have slowly they're returning to me. She flits around, and as she kind of feels the surrounding environment, I see. So long as I believe in you and have you as my purpose, there would be no need for us to meld. You are my purpose, Ori.
oh my god, okay.
We tear up. What the fuck?
You feel it on the outside.
Ori looks at Ren-Ren, like, with, like, just so much relief and love and care in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Because while she doesn't, like, know Ren-Ren as personally as any of the others do, she could tell that Ren-Ren meant a lot to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, obviously
more so maybe the other way around, because seeing Lepri's response to seeing Ren-Ren in that particular moment, it may mean that the party means a lot to Ren-Ren.
Yeah, and plus when she's, when Era called out, like, really desperately for Ren-Ren, like, also Ori's just like, while she's mischievous and like really happy, she's also very caring.
Of course.
So they've gone through some trauma bonding at this point. So she looks at Ren-Ren with just like so much care and just love and relief, and she says, Ren-Ren, as long as it keeps you here, I would be your purpose for the rest of my life.
She nods to this and looks over to Kyofu. Thank you.
Ori looks at Kyofu too. Thank you, Kyofu.
Pleasure's mine. No worries. Always happy to see someone escape here. It's quite the boring existence, honestly, so... better go out there and go get him.
Ori kind of looks like she quirks her head to the side a little bit. Are you going to be alright?
It's hard to say. I was lucky once, but, I'm not quite sure now.
Okay, I have a question. If she focuses on something enough, can she, like, manifest something?
You would have to see.
Alright, neat. Okay, we're gonna have Ori try and, okay, so...
What shall you do?
We're gonna have Ori try and summon, like, one of her little leaf knives.
Okay.
Cute!
Okay. So she's gonna she's gonna hold her hand out and focus really hard and see if she can summon one of those.
As you focus incredibly hard on the memory of the leaf knife, as you have it imprinted in your mind, resonance, it summons.
Sweet! Okay. So, she grabs on the knife to make sure it doesn't fall out of her hand.
You do.
This is obviously this is the opposite hand to the marble thingamabob.
Yeah.
Opposite hand. And she walks over to Kyofu and she says, I know you said that you're dead. And I have no idea how I would ever get you out of here. But the only thing you have are the clothes on your back and yourself. So I wanted to give you something to remember us by. And she hands him the knife.
Okay.
Oh, bro, wait, what? You're not supposed to make me cry? What the fuck? That's not allowed.
I have cried 5 times this session.
Okay, alright, never mind. You got a freebie. My bad.
You get a freebie. You good.
Okay, you can see it's like you can visibly see his heart kind of stutters for a bit. If it was still beating. And he reaches out like a little pot hand, but he like gently holds out his hand to get the knife.
And as the knife is passed from individual to individual, almost a sort of bequeathing of a distant, almost presence, you feel some sort of tangible memory between
Ori
both of you.
does?
Yes, between
Okay,
both of you.
Okay.
Both of you. Something shakes. You're not exactly sure what it is in your mind, but a loose memory shakes of something. But you're very unclear as to what it is. But you definitely are clear that both of you felt it in that particular moment, and you know both of you felt it. You know the other person did too.
I'm bringing you back as a player character, Alejandra.
Well, shit!
No, I don't know. Okay. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm still trying.
No, you're good.
Oh
you're
my
good.
God.
You're good.
You're good, bro.
You're
Don't
fine.
worry.
You were just
Okay,
fine.
you
I'm dabbing away
do
the
your
tears.
RP part.
Okay. Okay. immediately upon, first off, the actual sensation of touching something.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of, it's been a while, and you can clearly see it's been a long time since this man has actually grabbed something. He doesn't quite understand the weight, like he's getting familiar with it again. And upon the shaking, he just kind of fumbles a bit, like he almost, his knees kind of buckle, and then he kind of like stabilizes himself really quick, kind of like a what the fuck was that?
Ori calls out like immediately, like she's got her hands like out, like trying to help, but she doesn't know how, and she's like, "Are you good?
You feel that?
Yes, that was a thing that just happened.
I mean, it doesn't always happen. It hasn't happened so far.
This is a new thing. I have no idea what."
He's very, it's like, he's very confused. His fur's a little bit frizzled up. He's not angry as much as he is kind of, like, very cautious now. Things are going into very new territory.
Man, are you plugging in backstories again? Okay. Okay, so Ori replies, "I'm usually called Ori as a nickname, but my full name is Ori Tensei Ursai."
Ori Tensei Ursai.
I don't know if that means anything. It was my original name. I was adopted, you see, so I don't know if that means anything.
He blinks. Just once, twice. Kind of just letting the information settle. The name's new, but I mean, it's a welcome thing. It's nice to meet you. Just strange. This hasn't happened before. Not that I've met a lot of people through here. I mean, most people just kind of go wandering and ignore me. But, I'm Najibana. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Just odd. Never happened before.
Do you think it changes anything?
He looks up with a shrug, eyebrows raised, just, I hope so. I'll welcome any change as long as it's not bad. I think.
What an optimist!
That it is a pretty optimistic view, Ren-Ren.
She
tried.
nods. I'm glad you were able to help Ori and myself.
It's get off my back. Better than just wandering around here like everyone else. I don't think I'm quite ready to pass just yet. Want to meet a few people, maybe see my friends if they're still here. And besides, if I get to help everyone every now and then escape this hellhole, then it's fine by me.
Ori laughs a little bit. Thought it was the Astral Plane.
Nah, tomato, tomato. Same difference.
You're not gonna tell me this, but I want to know if when we leave he comes with us. Oh, this is dumb. I'm attached to the Kitsune man now, okay?
Understandably. Nothing wrong.
Okay.
He fiddles with, like, the leaf knife in his hand. Fine craftsmanship. Just feeling the textures, literally just kind of absorbing everything about this thing.
Ori, kind of shuffles around and she thinks and she, like, says out loud as she thinks to herself, but now that we've done whatever this is and figured out how to keep Ren-Ren alive, which was high priority, very happy we did that. And she, like, kind of wipes away a tear, like, see that. But
Mhm. Just silently laughs.
how
Small chuckle.
do we know how to leave, or are we just gonna get suctioned up in a dream like again?
That is.
Ren-Ren kind of starts pondering. Well, maybe... maybe we aren't actually asleep at the current moment. Maybe it's like a daydream, almost, I think. But I don't know. Maybe if we go to sleep again?
That is actually good point. Last time I was over here, it was almost like a comatose state, but it's more like I fell asleep one day, woke up in this, and when
Ori-
I had to wake up, I fell asleep again.
Ori thinks about it and she's like, that sounds like it would work, but I'm worried that if we just sleep separately, without the connection of like holding hands or something, we're all going to end up in very different places.
Well...
So maybe we could just, I don't know. This is gonna sound weird. I'm sorry. Maybe we should just, hold hands.
Ren-Ren shrugs. I don't mind it.
Take a nap. Leaned up against each other, back to back, hand in hand.
Goku chuckles.
Kyofu, you're getting some real interesting memories to a specific someone that one of your peeps may have had a, I don't know, reaction to.
Wait. Host.
Got jacked up.
So are people gonna agree?
The whole
Ori?
holding,
Okay.
the whole hand holding thing. Yeah. So she essentially moves forward over to Ori, and though she is very small, you kind of like pinch her hand, I guess.
Okay. So but very gently, right?
Yeah.
Has the tablet like vamoosed at all, or do I still have that?
You still have it in your hand.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like gently like sit to the ground, and I'm gonna set that thing in my lap, and I'm gonna look. Well, Ori's going to look at Kyofu, and she's gonna say, "Well, if you're okay with it, you can come over here so we can do the hand holding thing, because I don't want to drop this other thing in my lap."
Oh, that's fine.
He smothers down laughter and, just walks forward and then kneels down next to you guys and just gently tries to take the tablet. Gladly.
I mean, no, don't grab the tablet. My hand.
He gets very flustered. Okay. Awkwardly shuffles his way to the ground, laying down, just kind of tries to maneuver a way to grab your hand that he thinks isn't weird.
Ori, it's just like Ori sighs and just like grabs his hand paw, and it's just
Yes.
like, okay. And then
Amazing.
now we just try to sleep, I suppose.
Ren-Ren nods to this. I think so.
Alright. Okay, so Ori's like, okay, I'm going to close my eyes and think sleep, I guess. See if that works.
All right.
One small thing.
Do we bring Kyofu
As you close your eyes, just trying to sink into sleep, you hear Kyoto from the side just kind of do a resigned sigh. Just go, "It was a pleasure meeting you, Ori. Happy trails."
It was lovely to meet you too. Happy trails.
He grips your hand a bit.
As you feel yourself start to fall in a deep state of slumber, Ori, you feel Ren-Ren and Kyofu drift with you a bit. But after a while, it seems as your hand lets go of Kyofu.
This is so rude. You're so mean.
And before long, you wake up, you open your eyes, you look around, you find yourself in the hospital or around the Golden Lamps area. And what a dream. You look in the bed.
You gave me hope.
You look in the bed. And it seems Ren-Ren is not present. Interesting.
I'm gonna kill you.
But you know she's with you.
I better be able to say, Ren-Ren, come on out. I choose you. I'm gonna. Yes, I am in fact crying again.
Cry number 6. Cry number 6.
Okay, wakes back and I hate you. This was so good, but I hate you so much.
Good writing 101 be like.
Is it Golden Lamps?
Yeah.
Okay, boy! Oh my god. Hold on.
Vibe.
I thought I was gonna yoink him! I thought you gave me so much hope!
Alas, bro. Alas.
You just said no, it's not happening. Okay, Ori wakes up back in the Golden Lamps hospital. Kyofu isn't there. She, feels a tear. Well.
Oh.
And then when she sees that for some reason Ren isn't in the bed, she fully starts crying. Thank you, Steven. He got me a rag for my tears.
Oh, sweet.
Yo.
She fully starts crying, until she feels the vain presence of Ren. I'm gonna with her. She doesn't know if that means they actually merged, or if her idea worked. Either way, she's sitting on the chair, crying. Good job. Oh my gosh.
You wanna make an attempt?
To summon Ren-Ren?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Up to you. What you wanna do.
Okay. After, let's call it like 10 minutes. She finally pulls herself together enough to try and summon Ren-Ren. Thank you.
No, this is kind of brutal, I'm not gonna lie.
I know.
Bruh, I'm so emotional. I'm an emotional person. This is so rude.
This
Okay.
is fine.
It's so good, but it's so rude. Okay, Ori
holds her hands to her chest tightly and mentally whispers,
Bro.
Ren-Ren? Give me my response, please.
After saying Ren-Ren, pleading with all intent, I'm here, Ori. She appears in front of you.
I chose you! Okay, voice.
I think I've gotten my original elemental body back. Well, I guess also my fake one too.
Oh, okay. Dudes. Oh my gosh. This. You're so rude. Okay. Ori. No, Ori doesn't say that to Ren-Ren. Okay. Ori says, "Oh, glad you're here. But did you feel Kyofu slip?"
Ren-Ren slowly and somberly nods. Maybe there might be another way. Well, he did say he passed, but there has to be another way to bring us all back, right?
I mean, he said past, but he also mentioned that it was like he fell asleep and then woke up there. So maybe.
It's
I hope
possible.
there's a way.
Let's be
We
hopeful.
have a connection. I gave him the knife, so maybe one day.
Wait,
Ori
look
sniffles a
at
little
your
bit.
equipment. Check to see if you have your knife with you.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
Bro. Smart.
Ori checks into like her cargo pocket in her pants to see if she has one knife instead of two.
You have two knives. However, upon closer inspection, you realize one of the knives has a certain symbol on it that wasn't present before.
Okay. Ori brings it up closer for inspection.
As you do so, it appears to have that same rune that your soul sigil had. And perhaps you see another one that almost combines the two symbols. Perhaps that of Kyofu's, though you don't know what his looked like. But that's the first inquiry that comes to your mind.
Okay, cool. That was the first. Okay, Ori calls Ren-Ren to look, and she says, "I think we have a connection."
I think so too.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, though. Chaldia, help me. Do you think if I called for him like I called for you, he'd show up? I don't know.
That's interesting. I don't know, but I do know that we can remain hopeful.
And you know what? We will. Ori cradles the knife in her hands, like, really gently.
and she like traces the ridges the way she remembers Kyofu doing.
Uh-huh.
And she brings the knife really close, like to her lips, and she whispers, like hoping beyond all hopes that maybe Kyofu can hear her,
Mm-hmm.
or that the message will be relayed somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And she whispers, okay, hold on. Okay, she whispers, I didn't get to know you for very long, but maybe someday we'll meet again, and that next time we'll get you out of there. She, rubs against the texture one more time with her thumb, and then puts it back in her pocket.
And
Bruh.
as you are trying your very hardest to keep it together,
Motherfucker.
you will go ahead and conclude session here. As Ori, you find some sort of solace in knowing that Ren-Ren is definitely okay, but now with having a new experience, you know that there is much more at stake.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna write notes.
I'm happy you bonded with my boy.
Your boy is the best. I love him.
Ori's
my
so
God.
fucking great, bro.
Ori is great.
You can
You
put
were
her
supposed
through all this trauma, her little bits of mischief. She barely gets to do them. No, she just gets smacked in the head with trauma. She gets bodied by a lesser slime, has to resuscitate a child, talks to Monia because she does that, accidentally calls Arthur's dad twice, gets accidentally drunk, is so worried that she's gonna freeze Ren-Ren, she's just like, I can't touch her, I'm just gonna wrap my jacket around. That's kind of me though. That was kind of me though. I mean, but
That's fair.
I made her a theory, but like, you know
Yeah,
you know what, Ren-Ren, you made Ren-Ren go back, and so there's this whole thing that happened. This was so good. It's 2 a.m. and I'm crying, and it was so good.
It's 2 a.m. and I'm
That's what's
crying.
up.
That's what's up.
A sign of a good session.
Oh my god.
Alejandra, you remember the Saturdays that we would spend sometimes.
Yo, bruh,
This
that
is
shit hit hard.
it
Now,
did
it's hard from like a different perspective.
hit.
Okay.
Writing tips 101, how to make your players or readers cry.
My god, dude.
Okay. I'm almost done with. Oh my gosh. Ori.
Also, if
fine.
you do need, I'm gonna upload the recording, but I'm gonna upload the base recording first, and then I'm gonna Adobe Premiere. I'm gonna basically be like, wait, I'm gonna cut this file, and then I'm gonna put it separately, and I'll upload it as a separate video, which will have its own title.
You got, and the other people can't know about it until
Yes.
Ori says, guess what? I went through some trauma. Ren-Ren is alive, and I am sad.
Exactly. And plus, I guarantee you, no one's going to really go back in that specific session. Or unless, actually, I'll give you the discretion. Considering this is your session, I'll allow you to decide what happens to the recording file, specifically of, you know, Ren-Ren and Ori's travel, especially to go to talking to Kyofu and Astral Plane.
Okay. I think we should wait, like, a session before, like, releasing it to the public.
Got it. I could do that. And then I'll just go ahead and edit the file tomorrow when I get up, and then I'll upload the main one. And then after I upload the main one, then I'll be like, aha, it's been a week, I'll upload the other one. But holy shit.
Bruh! This was By the way, if I had accidentally revived your character, Alejandra, like, was that going to be okay? Because, like, I didn't just want to revive your character and then you'd be like, I don't have time for this.
Oh no, okay, here's the thing. On the low key, I'd be okay. Then there'd have to be the talk.
There would have to be the what?
There'd have to be DM talk.
Oh, that's
After all
right,
I've
because
seen.
you know stuff now.
Yeah.
I know stuff now, which metagaming is a very tricky thing. I don't think I'd do it, but I also don't want to accidentally do it.
Of course. In which I do have certain contingencies in the case that that is ever to come. Alejandra, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm DMing it to you.
Upset.
And you may or may not like what I'm going to do, but...
May or may not? This scares me.
I'm adding in the really sad scene, y'all.
What's the really... There was a lot of sad scenes. You
The
gotta be more
last one.
specific.
The last one where she traces the patterns of the knife the way Kyofu did, and then she whispers the message.
Hey.
Bring you to the knife.
Oh,
Really.
bro. Oh, that hits diff.
Bro,
She's 16!
that shit kind of... Bro, that shit kind of hit different.
Listen, Corsac was how old again?
He is, well, was 16 going on 17.
So, like...
They're vibing, bro! Drama! Wicked!
Okay, brings the knife. Okay, whispers.
Likely... How do I want to word this?
Oh, word it whatever way you want, brother.
Let's see.
I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of so when she says, like, when she's like whispering to Kyofu in the knife or whatever is happening there, she says we'll be able to get you free because she's like already accepted that she and Ren-Ren are now a package deal. So it's always it's gonna be we a lot.
Yeah. See,
That's fair.
see now, that adds a whole nother layer of complexity because, as you probably know, there are very few party members that actually like Ren-Ren.
I know. Oh my gosh, she's gonna have to look at Arthas and say, I saved a life.
I saved 2 lives.
I saved 2 lives. You can't get that mad, right?
Yeah, it's a package
I'm
deal.
sure Ren-Ren being with Ori will temper Ren-Ren a bit. They'll both affect each other in different ways.
That's kind of what I was wanting to go for there.
Were you actually gonna freaking merge us if I hadn't solved my way out of that?
Huh?
Were you gonna merge Ori and Ren-Ren if I hadn't solved my way out of that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Ah.
The path there is the water.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
Bruh.
That would have been a maybe, but I cannot say yes or
okay.
no.
So, fun fact, because I have the knives myself, like they're small enough that it is like I had an extra chain and I made a necklace with one of them. You know what Ori is gonna do the next time she has like a market or she's gonna filter it off an engineering student, she's gonna get a chain, like a necklace chain, and she's going to put that knife with Kyofu's
Yo!
sigil on
Yo!
it, and she's gonna put it on.
Just do that to me.
She bonded with the random Kitsune in the Astral Plane. She is going to remember this guy. Like, she's not just gonna shove that in her pocket. She's gonna get a necklace and like, here, I will take a picture and show you what it's gonna look like because this is what it's gonna look like. Hopefully.
Sad happy fox noises. What the fuck?
Like, this is the chain. There we go. Okay. Her blurred. Like, it's small enough to go on this necklace. It's like, this is a, like, is this thingamabob. And I'll send it to Kendall, too. Like, this was good. This was so good. My head's gonna hurt at work tomorrow. I mean, today. But it's gonna be, like...
You're gonna be happy just thinking about the session. Oh
yeah,
shit!
like,
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I mean, I don't know how happy you won't be considering... Well, happy and sad.
Happy. Okay, happy because you're sad.
Yeah.
But
And it puts it away. Oh my gosh, bro. Bro! That was so good!
I'm glad. This is what happens whenever I put my writing into narration and story for a campaign instead of like actually writing it down and putting in a book.
I don't know if you looked, but if I include the special after session
Oh,
notes,
yeah?
it's 12 pages.
Yikes!
It is a whole nother 4 pages.
Then the main session?
Then the main session.
Jesus Christ, so that's 20 pages in total, right? If I'm counting.
No, it's 12 in total.
Oh,
we have
12. 4 extra.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, we had 4 from the first session I was in,
Yeah.
4 from today's session, and then 4 from the after session.
Oh, that's actually kind of neat. Shit.
Oh,
So, quick question.
yeah.
How do you feel?
Bruh.
I feel like, oh man. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of room to play with.
You
Lori's
do.
mischief side, and
You
then
do.
also hiding her trauma. Because this was definitely traumatic.
I usually, this is why I try to avoid doing the traumatic stuff too often, and if I do it, there is a very specific reason.
I mean, Ori's already pretty mature for her age.
She is.
She just likes to see people smiling and laughing, which is why she's so mischievous and why she's like always got a plan in her mind, like, how can I make this person smile? Or when it takes the time to be serious, she's like, okay, how do I break this to this person without making them mucho sad or angry? I enjoy this. I think this character development was nice.
I do as well. I was hoping that it was, gonna nail that.
Yay!
Nail
I'm
that
glad
image.
it turned out not with the merging, because I barely got to meet Ren-Ren, and suddenly you're like,
She's like, hey, time to... Alejandra,
time to become one!
Yes?
can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think you know who I am thinking of when I think of 2 people merging, but they only just met. I mentioned them earlier.
That's what he was thinking about too. What a coincidence.
It's fucking hilarious too. It's like, I've seen this somewhere before.
Literally. Yeah. It's a good thing it came
Yeah.
again too.
I know.
Steven, please get me ice water. I need water now. I've cried all my water out.
Oh, she's now dehydrated.
Bruh, I so am. That was so. I connect very easily to characters, even if they're jerks. You give me like a tragic backstory and something relatable, and I'm gonna cry over this person. Like, it's so bad. I imagine scenarios for my books that I'm writing, and I will cry over that scenario before I write it, and then I will write it and proceed to cry while writing it. It's so bad.
God.
My.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a blessing
but,
to be able to feel, but good God, does it hurt.
I mean, like, it works for, like, acting.
It does. It does, you're right.
I'm gonna look back over the session, and you're just gonna hear in my voice, I'm about to cry. Can you give me ice water, please?
More?
I'm dehydrated. I cried a lot.
More.
Bruh, don't hit my head. Do you feel how hot my head is right now? Don't do that to me.
Oh boy.
Okay. Oh, that was.
That was crazy. That was awesome.
I'm gonna be honest. Was not expecting like my second session. I'm getting a one-on-one session. Well, 2-on-1.
Well, see the thing is,
Assistant DM.
see the thing is, I will tell Alejandro this because it's kind of probably obvious. The only people that give me, like, if you notice, the only people that'll give me a really good background are the people that are like, okay, I'm gonna do this for, because then it allows me to test the limits of their character backstory and allows me and gives me a lot more space. For example, it's hard for me to really do this with Ramon or Bobbyist per se, because it's hard for them to relate to anything that's going on. So it would be weird more than anything else rather than growth. So it's like, if the character is not growing from this experience, then it's not helpful, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is
Even-
definitely a growing period.
It is a growing period, even if it's like fucking sad as shit, but like, that's besides the point, because sometimes growing experiences are definitely like that. You feel things. And I am so glad that I was able to portray that feeling things properly, because I honestly didn't think I'd be able to pull it off when I originally was playing this.
This was felt so well done, dude. Like, good job, bro.
Thanks. Thank you.
Like, if this was not well done, I wouldn't have cried as much as I have. Because while I
Ken
am
has a
very
talent for it.
empathetic, and I'm apparently very good at crying, if it's not, like, if I can't grasp what's happening or, like, connect with it, because either it's like a good idea, but done badly, like, I'm not gonna cry. But you did this so well that I cried 6 times. So, just, you did really good. Like,
Thank you.
as a writer talking to another writer, this was really good.
I definitely appreciate that. Now I see why a lot of people want me to continue writing the Chronicles of Etraria, which is the canon thing.
The canon timeline.
Yes, that's the canon timeline. And what I was telling my players is I was like, oh shoot, I really want y'all's character cameos to be in the book, because that would just be cool. Though it may be for separate purposes. I think that would be really awesome. It would serve to, culminate the 2 worlds, and then, or 3 worlds in this case, and then just kind of have them all come together in the end. It's like, oh shit, it's fucking cool. And vice versa. With my 3rd iteration characters, I plan on having them be in y'all's campaign at some point, but they're going to be separate and similar to, serving a different purpose.
So these are all the iterations are basically worlds that were destroyed and then a new world happened after?
Not really. Essentially, an iteration is just, let's say if it's not destroyed. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
Okay.
Because
the first time it was.
Yeah, first time it was.
It got
See, okay. I'll say this much without spoiling. Basically, I will not tell you why or how or what, but I'm gonna say that all of the iterations have a purpose, not just in the players. Meaning that even 2nd iteration, as it doesn't exist anymore. 1st iteration does exist currently. But 2nd iteration still exists, even not just the players, but also the realm itself. It's okay, just not okay, if that makes sense. It's okay, not okay.
Yeah.
But now, the 2nd iteration players, being Arthas and Yvonne, are over in 1st iteration's world. Because doing their thing. They have their own goal in mind.
Oh my gosh.
What?
My brain just made the connection.
Did
I mean, like, I
Did
made
it?
the connection earlier, but I was too busy crying.
Okay, I want to hear it. I want to hear what your theory is. I won't confirm it or deny it, but I want to hear
I
it.
have absolutely 0 theories. Like, no, it's just I
what's
was
the idea?
thinking when you were like, you see Yvonne, and I was like, this has got to be like something that
Oh,
happened
okay.
past.
Oh, okay.
And then
That's what you're thinking. Okay.
when Kyofu was like, you did, it's just like, you see, I did. And man, if you had let me bring Kyofu back, but it would have been really
But
funny.
now you got some fresh trauma, bro.
I know, right?
And now you have more goals.
But it would be really funny if just like strolls up out of the hospital room with two extra people. Well, not two extra, one extra person and an alive person, and the alive Ren-Ren, and be just like, I made friends in the Astral Plane.
They friends with the Astral
I had
Plane.
the weirdest trip in my life, bro.
And somehow I managed to bring someone with me this time.
We did hand holding and it worked, except for it didn't.
So guys, I think my sleep paralysis demon was actually personified, and now he's here with us, so yeah.
Oh my god.
Gosh.
In addition to this, so essentially that's kind of what a roleplay session will look like. And predominantly everything that I usually do happens for a reason. Say or do or narrate or whatever the fuck I do, it happens for a reason. You taking notes makes this so much better because it'll make callback moments. Like, it could be a very small detail, and then it's like, oh, you did a callback, you fucking genius. And I'm like, bro, that's just, paying simple attention to detail. But yeah, so I try to give the party not too many goals at once. And I also try to give them options. Because one thing that happened, and you heard the railroading thing, that was something that I did back in second iteration quite often. And basically, the main difference, if you can imagine the story that you're doing right now, but with very minimal roleplay. Yeah. So
that sounds less enjoyable.
It definitely was less enjoyable, especially for people who did write their backgrounds and, after it. Yeah, so
I hope my background was enough vague for you to play with.
Oh no, it is. Oh, it is
enough to be good.
Oh, don't worry, it definitely is. Oh no, you're right.
Because the reason why I was like, hey, her actual biological parents, do what you will. Have fun.
Oh, I already know.
Oh no. Okay, this will be fun.
See, that's why.
Your names if you want. I just put random
Teehee,
orc
teehee,
names.
teehee, I got it.
But this was. Good.
I changed it.
I loved your character.
I'm so sorry, Sudi.
I wanted to alive him, but I couldn't alive him.
You got him in your heart.
Well,
you know what? Yeah.
The thing is, this adds another layer to Ori's, in terms of goals, things that she wants to happen. Cause
she still doesn't know what Chaldero exactly wants her to do, but she now has another goal.
She has another goal, which again could be a thing that Chaldera wants her to do. So you have really no idea. Maybe it could have just been the fact that, you were there with Arthas, and therefore the situation happened, and then thing happened to Ren-Ren. That could have been the reason. It could be a lot of different things, really.
Yeah, but that's up to you.
It is up to me. Definitely, it is up to me.
Direction is you. You
I definitely know what Chaldera's goal for you is.
Oh, cool. Because I had no idea what I was going to do for that.
Don't worry, I got you.
I was more focused of thinking about how her mom being the adventurous spirit would affect her, and then her dad being the polite halfling kind of guy. And then just thinking about other stuff. I was thinking about anything but Chaldera. I'm going to be honest. I was just thinking, all right, what can I do with her to be mischievous, but also trauma? But yeah.
We appreciate.
I'm trying, man. You are doing really good. You are doing amazing so far in the campaign, and this is your second session.
I loved this session.
Bro, when summer hits, I am gonna be so fucking happy. I'm gonna be so... I'll be able to flesh out everything that I'm wanting to do for you guys, because I still... things and other reasons for characters, trying to make sure all of you are incorporated properly and that we're getting all the character development. That's why I kind of threw that thing out to Bobbyus there. That's why I wanted him to go along with that earlier, because if he didn't, there was some moral shit going on. And so yeah,
I figured.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, that's why I wanted him to really, really go through that, because I wanted his character to see, you know, are you gonna still make this decision? And if so, why? Like, you know, you gotta have a reason, and if you just don't have a reason, then okay, all right, buddy. But granted,
I have a question.
Yo.
So did that cut on her hand actually do anything?
No.
Okay, so I was like, because if it did something special, it probably would have like scarred special.
No, it just was a simple standard cut, you know, from cutting yourself from the mug thing.
Yeah, it was her soul that was like,
yeah.
but
and that's why Ren-Ren's scream kind of was like, ah, and then she's like, oh shit, I messed up.
yeah, I mean, obviously Ori didn't notice. Ori was
yeah, I mean, it was very minor, because, you know, now the one thing Ori has to also consider, did this only affect Ori?
Oh man,
because the others were also in that too.
I was thinking about that, and it's just like, was Ori just the one that happened to get connected to Ren-Ren? Or something.
I know how to compel my readers / players and to make them keep coming back for week after week. But anyhow, I won't keep you guys too much longer. I know, Rosie, you're tired and crying and tired and dehydrated.
I still want to like talk, but
Rosie, we can talk tomorrow about it if you want. I've got some downtime.
I don't know what I would say though, aside from the things that I've been repeating.
Well, go ahead. I mean, speak your mind. Like,
but like, yeah, cause like, I write a lot of meticulous notes because it helps me remember what happened. Because usually my memory is like 50%. But for stuff I'm really interested in, it's usually like pretty accurate. So like, that's why I can go back and like write another page of notes like literally a week later. Because if I'm like interested and invested and it put an impact on me, like I'll remember and then I will save it and I will write it later.
That's fair.
But like, yeah, because like when I was writing all those notes earlier, and Kyofu was like responding, and like I was like, I remember a question that Ren-Ren asked. I was like, hey, she like asked me to like merge. Did that have to do anything with it? And that was like, see, writing the notes was like helped me get like the right questions to ask. But in other news, if you look at the little afterwards thingamabob,
yeah,
on the second session notes, I think you'll really enjoy those because I had fun with that.
Wait, where? What?
Okay, so it's the afterwards. It's those extra little notes that I write down that has like a +2, -6, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't really.
Oh, okay, I see.
The
afterwards.
I love the afterwards.
Yes, the afterwards. Awkward. It's like little achievements.
Yeah. We didn't have like
shame, existential crisis.
Yeah, I had fun with that because I'm like, well, we didn't have like, I didn't like lose any hearts or anything. I mean HP, or we didn't really have a battle or do stuff like that. So I might as well have fun with this one. And so I made sure to mark that I did the 2 gilded rings, and
Right.
then everything else was just for fun.
Yo.
You have called Arthur's dad twice.
twice.
I love the back and forth between the gilded rings and shame. You've deepened your relationship with Monia. You've disappointed Monia.
Yeah.
2 gilded rings.
I
Oh
mean,
my
it's
God.
not her fault.
Of course not.
It really is, honestly.
She was like, "Well, he saved the kid. He wouldn't do anything bad." Spicy apple juice.
Oh goodness gracious.
That was the greatest. When I had her just like look sadly at the floor. But the spicy apple juice.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's actually kind of funny. I would imagine a child saying that after drinking, like, they drink apple cider thinking that it's apple juice, and it's like, that's just spicy apple juice. Oh, that's fucking
Fun
funny.
fact: I call like a lot of things spicy just to be funny about it. Because when I play Minecraft, I'll call creepers spicy cucumbers. Because it lessens my fear.
Oh, that's fair.
You know
It's
what?
like there's a
That's
spicy
okay.
cucumber coming. Run!
But yeah, so tomorrow, remember, if at any point you want to talk campaign, you always feel free to message me or like let me know, because I will more than likely be not busy doing really anything useful. But yeah, so Alejandra, we'll talk more about,
Oh yeah, no worries.
yeah,
Another day.
things.
It's definitely
Yes.
a topic for another day.
It is, definitely. But yeah, we'll go ahead and... Oh, I can stop the session recording. Let's see how long
Holy
it
shit.
is.
Dummy thick time.
Hey!
Still talking about the
So-
session, so technically.